Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please show some support. Anyway, today's topic that I would like to discuss is one of my pet peeves, right? Which I have so many of them. It's just me. Which I know everyone has their pet peeves, and some list is short, mine is very long. One of my pet peeves is, I've always been honest about that. I have fibromyalgia, other issues also that cause chronic pain. I've been in chronic pain for a good 23 plus years, probably going to 24 this winter. Non-stop pain, 24 hours every second. And some people will look at me and go, "Oh, you don't look sick." And I understand it's just sometimes lack of education about illnesses, not lack of education academically, it's just, you know, some people are not, haven't been informed or had the opportunity to educate themselves about the invisible chronic illness. I mean, sometimes you will see postings about invisible chronic illnesses and a list of them. What are they? Not everyone looks sick. Unfortunately, I know people who have had cancer and they didn't look like sick until, you know, until they hit a certain plateau in their chemo. But what bothers me is there's so many illnesses, chronic illnesses out there that's considered an invisible illness, and those are the most tough ones, and emotionally and mentally, because we don't sometimes get viewed as sick or disabled because we don't look a certain way. And that bothers me, because there is no specific look that a person should look if they're sick. Well, I'm supposed to have like breathing tubes down my throat or something? Like, what is the poster of looking sick? I just don't understand that, and that bothers me. So when people approach me and we're talking and everything, they say, "Oh, but you don't look sick," or "What you doing, you know, you have a bad knee or something," or whatever it is. I always feel like that's my opportunity to educate them in a nice way and inform them that, you know, not all illnesses are visible and in your face. There's a lot of people, what I like to call warriors, fighting in silence, I call it, because people don't see it. And people assume that if I go out, which my outings are considered going home and then going somewhere to sit down. That's my effort of going out. Like, I know I'm going somewhere, I sit down. There's going to be a seat, whether it's at a wine bar, which I like, whether it's whatever it is, I'm going to be sitting down, because there's only but so much I could do standing up or whatever. But I try to go out, and even that wears me out, and I might pay for it, you know, physically. 99.99% I will pay for it. But anyway, and you know, you see me smiling like right now. You know, I'm gonna go and do my errands as best as I can, and I don't look like I'm suffering from pain, and I am, you know, but I don't always feel like putting on lipstick. I have no foundation on. I have bags under my eyes. This is real life. Insomnia, lack of sleep. It is what it is. It's like, I'm not going to look a certain way to look sick. You know, I don't know what else to do. And I just tend to just take the opportunity with these people and educate them and say, you know, there are invisible illnesses out there. There's a lot of people. Probably you walk by them all the time. You sit next to them on the train. They're probably fighting a battle, and they look good because it's probably just used to it, and they got to get up and do stuff, you know. I'm not rich. I can't pay people to go do my errands for me. I got to get up and do it. There's times where I cannot, and I just say, you know what, my body's telling me today's not the day. My body's like, okay, chill. You have to stay in bed. Like, let's see if you can do your errands. There's times I have to reschedule doctor's appointments because I'm like, whoa, I can't even make it to my doctor's appointment today, and I have to reschedule and deal with the fact that then I might get thrown 3 months ahead of an appointment. And I'm like, oh well, okay. 3 months later, I have to see the doctor, and then I have to deal. Those are the sacrifices you have to deal with. Sometimes if you can't make it, doctor's busy, you get an appointment 3 months later. That's something that I deal with a lot. But everyone has something that they're fighting. Everyone has a battle. Everyone has a struggle. I'm not the only one. I know people who are struggling too, and you see them, they look fine. We might smile in pictures. We might post something online. Doesn't mean that I'm feeling great, guys. It means that I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to have at least some normal moments in my life, and just try my best when these people approach me is to bring awareness. So if there's something that you could bring awareness in a nice way to someone, bring awareness. If there's someone in your family suffering, learn more about their conditions so you could educate yourself in how to help them, because that's also a problem too. A lot of families, they know that you're sick, but they kind of put a blind eye. I think some families put like a blind eye, like they don't, you know, see nothing, they don't hear nothing, then yeah, okay, my family, my loved one is not sick, so and maybe that's their way of coping with the struggles emotionally of, oh, we have a sick person in the house, in the family, but don't do that because that makes it worse, you know. A kind word goes a long way for us. Even if we don't accept your help, it feels good to just hear someone say, let me know if you need anything, or do you need anything this week, because I know there's a lot of things that's a struggle, things like that. Even if we might not take it, I might not take it because it's hard for me, my pride, which I've been working on it for a long time, to accept that sometimes I do need help with certain things. And the last thing is, we don't want to feel bad for accepting help. And sometimes it's already hard enough that our life has changed and we have to sort of accommodate the new life that we have and sort of accommodate our new body, because it's not the body that I used to have. It's not the life that I used to have. When you have all these multitude of health issues, you have to, it took me years to accept it. So once you accept it, doesn't mean that I welcome my health issues. It just means you have to accept it. It is what it is. This is my life. You have to accommodate the new you, to stay sane, because I didn't want to continue hating. There's still some hate I have towards, I don't even know what, because you can't really blame nothing on what I have. You can't blame it on anyone, just life itself. But you have to get to a realization with help. Even if you have to go to therapy or whatever, folks, say, okay, I have this, to yourself, right? Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have this, but it doesn't have me, but I have to accommodate my new body. You know, what are the things I have to accommodate? I know I have to rest a lot. I know I have physical limitations. I can't go out and like dance in the dance floor like I used to. I know I could take with so much physical activity. Even doing chores in the house might take me a few days to do little by little. Those are things what I mean to accommodate, you know. Know your limitations and accept them. It is what it is. I don't share it with everyone, which I am sharing it now because I have to bring awareness that we live in a society where there's not a lot of sensitivity and empathy towards those who are sick, especially those who do not look sick. You know, I have a very bad knee, and and it has affected my balance and my gait, and I walk with a cane. I mean, I got a cute little blue cane that's foldable, because then, you know, I guess I still got to look cute, whatever I'm rocking, right? That bothers me that I have to walk with my cane in my 40s, of course. My pride is injured by it, but it is what it is, right? But I notice people have no sensitivity. They look at me like, oh, this young person have a cane, and they don't even hold the door. They literally look at me. They don't hold the door. They don't get up on the bus. These young folks, I have to tell these young folks to get up. So there's like no sensitivity. You really need to self-educate yourself and know that, you know, hey, this is the face of someone who's suffering every day. However, if you don't know something, you're curious about something, ask questions. I'm fine with being asked questions. If I can answer them, I can answer them. I can educate you. And so when you meet someone else that says, hey, I'm suffering from this, and that, and they look, you know, you would understand it. And part of education is, like, for instance, I have close friends who ask me questions so they say, I just want to, you know more about it. Like, I've heard about it, and I appreciate that, because then they can sort of, I guess, deal with certain things when I try to kind of navigate through a night of hanging out, and then they know that, you know, okay, Karen needs to sit, or make sure Karen gets a seat. And I appreciate that, because, yes, Kate does need a seat, okay? I need a seat. Sometimes I go places, I need to sit down, okay? Especially if I'm going to be there for more than an hour. I just can't. I need, you know, those are things that I appreciate. Just educate yourself. You know, if a friend that you care about says, I have whatever, ask them questions. Google it more when you get home and learn about it, and you could be able to say, you know, I want to be a better friend to this person, because people, not everyone is going to look sick. There's a lot of people like me that are feeling like crap inside. Trust me. Doesn't mean I have to look like crap, but I am suffering. But I'll be okay. If I get up in the morning, I'm breathing, I'm okay. Like, I tell people, when the people are like, oh, I didn't know you was having a bad week. I'm like, I'm sick 24/7, boo-boo. I don't feel good. I have chronic pain, okay? So, for the life of me, I really don't know what keeps me going. I think my sense of humor. I have a lot of people that tell me it has to be your sense of humor because you joke about it. I've had doctors who are like, I love your sense of humor. If only every patient can have a sense of humor about what they're going through. Unless I have to have a sense of humor. I've always had a sense of humor. Whether some people think I'm funny or corny, I don't care. You got to have a sense of humor in this world. Because if I don't joke about something, then that means I'm upset at you. So I make fun of myself. That's okay. You know, it is what it is. You know, I think, you know, people ask me, you know, how do you keep going? How you have this, you know, personality and you're bubbly, and hey, I've always been bubbly. People that have known me before 1996 for over 30-something years know I've always been, you know, the funny person, or sometimes corny. It is what it is. I joke around. I like to make people laugh. I like people to be happy. I've always been like, I haven't lost that. But I've learned to joke about certain things about myself, you know. Keeps me sane. You know, people ask me, how do you do it? I don't know how I do it. All I know is I have to joke. I have to laugh. I have to sometimes look at my situation, sometimes at a doctor's office, and I'm like, oh, you know, this is my life, and And I see elderly people checking out my cane, and they're asking me where I got my cane because it's cute, it's trendy, and we're checking out each other's cane. It's funny as hell. Never thought in my force I'll be, you know, having these elderly people checking out my cane, asking me where I got it from, because they, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that's my cane. It's cute, I know. And I tell them where I got it from. Hey, funny as hell, but that's my life now. You gotta laugh about it. You gotta have a sense of humor about it. Sense of humor is very important nowadays. Shoot, sometimes I may say a joke in the wrong situation, the wrong environment, but that's just me, you know, trying to make light of things, or trying not to say the wrong, trying not to, I don't know, be depressed or be Debbie Downer. You gotta joke about shit, you know. So, in a nutshell, people, please educate yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask the person questions. Take their word for it that they're sick. Ask them, you know, to tell you more about it and how they, you know, how they feel daily, and, you know, what are their struggles, and just honestly say, I just want to know because I want to be a better friend, you know, to understand and know that it's not a specific poster, you know, I'm not a poster child that I look, it's not a specific way we're supposed to look when we're sick. So all those invisible illnesses, people suffering every day, I salute you, because I know many of us, I have friends who are suffering and they look fabulous and they're suffering inside, and yet they smile. And when I see their pictures, I know deep down inside that makes me so happy to see them smile. But I know what it takes to get dressed, to try to get dressed, to try to at least look decent, which I don't even think my hair is so decent today, but it is what it is. And I put a little lipstick, but you can see the bags and the minds. I didn't sleep well. But this is me. It's a package deal. You know, this is who we are. There's many warriors out there that their scars are on the inside, not on the outside. So listen, educate, ask questions. You can ask me questions if you like. Drop me a message. Subscribe, please. Also, you can email me. My email is below. And or just shoot me a comment below if you have any questions. And let me know too if you feel the same way, that sometimes people don't take you serious because you might be suffering from something. It could be anything: anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia, other autoimmune disorders that causes pain that you don't see it from the outside. You know, we invisible warriors wear our scars in the inside, and we live in a society where if you don't, most people don't see your scars from the outside. They don't think you're suffering. Anyway, sorry, I just had a thought of somebody one day trying to tell me about my stuff, and you know, asked them, do they have any issues? They said no. And I find that so annoying when unsolicited advice from someone that apparently said they're healthy, and they're trying to tell me, you know, what I should do. That's freaking annoying. That's one of the things on the list you do not do to someone, okay, that has health issues. Do not give medical advice if you're not an MD. Do not, especially if you're not suffering. Like, for instance, I've never broke a bone, right? So if someone says, oh, I remember I broke my arm and it was cast for several months. I can't give you advice on that because I never experienced it, right? I never broke a bone. So don't try to give me unsolicited advice, medical advice, if you're not walking in my shoe. You don't know. I know people, I swear I know people, and I'm not, of course I'm not going to shout them out, that would walk in my shoes in 3 days and probably would, and I sorry for me to say this, but they would probably commit suicide. I hate saying that. They either would end up killing themselves because they can't handle it, because I know they're pussies and they're not tough. I'm telling you, I don't know how I'm tough. I've always been tough. But this humbles you to a point where either you tough it out, or you end up on street drugs and or in a psych ward, and I can't do that. Okay, I can't do that. But just be humble, educate yourself, ask questions. You can send me questions if you like. Definitely, I would love to see your comments of people who are suffering from, you know, invisible illnesses, and it's tough dealing with people. Shoot me some comments on how you deal with it, or you know, any situations that you've experienced. We all have our funny stories or whatever. You know, those moments where you just roll your eyes when somebody says something. I swear to God, my eyes are gonna get one day stuck up there, like mamas used to say, keep rolling your eyes like that, it's gonna get stuck. My eyes gonna get stuck, because I'm tired of doing this. Like, oh my God, these people with these comments. First, before you comment, ask a question. Learn about me, so you can know what's going on. Learn about your friend, your loved one, whatever. Okay, people, like I always say, peace and love. Be safe. Educate yourself with things that you want to learn more. Listening is better than talking more, you know. Okay, that's all I can say. And to my warriors out there fighting a battle and still looking fabulous, I salute you. We are strong soldiers. Continue on with the fight. Okay? You need someone to talk to, you know where to find me. Hit the subscribe button. Shoot me an email if you want to stay private, and or comment. Show the support. Love you guys. Be safe and always be good to one another. Okay? Bye.